Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Caitlin and we are officially starting the monthly recap series. So typically every year I like to do a little bit of a monthly reset and reflect. So basically what I would do is I would reflect on the previous month and then reset for the new month, come up with new goals, kind of touch base on the goals that I've made for the year, go over some favorites, share favorite creators, share the books I've read, all that kind of jazz. But a lot of it would be about like goal setting. And if you watched my yearly kind of reset and like my ambitions for the year, I actually am not making any goals this year. So I'm not having any other than reading. I don't have any goals for myself this year. I don't have any like, do this many times, do this every day, do this, lose this many pounds, do this, eat like this. I'm just kind of having a general mindset of how I want to have my year go. And I have like ins and outs for the year. And it's just kind of, we're going on vibes this year and we're just trying it out. We're seeing how I like it. So I figure I really still like to do these monthly recaps because it feels like a chance for me to like sit down with you guys, chit chat. If you're not somebody who watches the vlogs all the time, like consistently through like the month, I feel like this is a way that we can kind of like touch base after that month in case maybe you missed a lot of stuff. You can kind of have this be like your catch-all for like, oh, I missed Caitlin all this month, but it's like one of those like, here's what you missed on Glee type thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what we're kind of going to do. So I'm calling these my monthly recaps. And basically what we're just going to do is go through some of my like highlights of the month, my lows of the month. I'm going to go through favorites, of course. I'll share like favorite foods, products, creators, random favorites. It'll literally just be like whatever I'm feeling at the time. And then I'm going to talk about all the books that I've read for the month. And then I also, what else was I going to include? I'm also going to include a little bit of a Q&A. So if you're not following me on Instagram, plug it here, Magically Caitlin. I would suggest you follow me there because at the end, towards the end of each month, I'm basically just gonna like pop a little question box on there and everybody can just submit a few questions and we'll pick just like 2 to 3 questions, kind of see how we're feeling to answer at the end of each month. So yeah, that's kind of how we're going to structure these. I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to be a lot more fun and just kind of like however I feel. And it's almost going to be just like, exactly like I said, like a recap of the month and just kind of go through some of the fun things and like the not so fun things, but mostly the fun things. What happened this month? So yeah, anyways, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm very excited. So starting off with the highlights of the month, it's really just gonna be dependent on the month, how many highlights I talk about. This month I wrote down 3 things that kind of stand out to me as highlights, and I picked like 2 things that kind of were like lows of the month. But I want to still keep this channel and just my life in general. I try to keep everything really positive, and even when there's crappy stuff that's happening, I like to try my best to see the positive and like work from it and just, you know, figure out how I can make things positive. So I'm going to talk about the lows, but I'm going to talk about how I either overcame them or how I'm currently overcoming them. So anyways, okay, let's jump in. So highlights. I got to ring in the new year with our best friends. Austin and I got to have Brandon and Heidi here. Brandon and Heidi, it's always sunny. Sunny times too. We got to ring in the new year with them. And that was just such a special little tradition now that we've created with each other. So last year they actually came to our house for New Year's Eve and we got to celebrate the new year together. And we were trying to like figure out when to get together again at the end of last year. And we were like, well, like why don't you come over for New Year's again? So then they did, but we said, okay, well now it's a tradition. Like now we have to. So who knows, in years and years and years down the road, hopefully we've been spending like every New Year's together, and like if we have kids and if they have kids and we all have kids, like all the kids will hang out and like, I don't know, it could be just like a really fun tradition that we have with our best friends. But it was very a special time to like ring in the new year with new friends, or not new friends, old friends. Ring in the new year with old friends. So yeah, that was fun. I got to spend a lot of uninterrupted hobby time this month, which was very nice. One of my ins and outs for the year, one of my ins was like doing more hobbies, but one of my outs is like getting rid of TikTok and the doom scroll. So I have removed TikTok from my phone, and I think I'm honestly, because I'm I'm not able to like fully cut it out right off the bat, if I'm so honest, but just removing the app from your home screen really helps, because you're just like not tempted to click it. So I think I've gone on there maybe a couple times, but I've gone on there with intention. So I feel like TikTok is actually a really great search engine. So like sometimes if I'm like, I just need, like for example, I spilt like a chocolate on my jacket, like my green jacket that I wear, and I was like, dang, how do I get this out? TikTok, I go to and I type in the search bar how to get out grease stains, and it's just like clear, concise, easy, perfect. So that's what I do like TikTok for. So I don't think I'm going to like fully like delete it, you know what I mean? But I'm just like really not going on it, basically. So that was something, anyways, that was a tangent. But with me getting rid of TikTok, this is where I was going with this. I had a lot more time to really just be like, I'm just going to sit and do a hobby. I'm just going to sit here and do my hobbies. So I did a Lego set this month. I did a lot of journaling this month. I played on my Switch a lot this month. We did a puzzle, I think. I did a lot of reading. So yeah, it was really good. It was very nice and refreshing. And it was just also refreshing to remind myself, like, I don't need hours and hours and hours to like sit down and do one of my hobbies. Like I can just very quickly pull out my journal if I have an hour and just like do a little journal spread, you know? So that was just fun. It was fun to remind myself of that. And then the third highlight that I have is that we went to go see The Lion King. So we went to go see The Lion King in Toronto. It's like a Broadway production, but it's in Toronto. Anyways, Austin's mom had got us tickets for Christmas. So it was me, Austin's mom, and his sister. So the four of us went down to Toronto for the evening. And it was really fun. We ended up going a little bit early. We walked around like a little like stationery shop that Caitlin wanted to go to. We went to her like a little cafe she wanted to go to, and then we went and had dinner, and then we went to the show, and it was really fun. It was beautiful. I love live theater. I love Broadway. I'm a Broadway kid through and through. And I haven't been to shows in a really long time. I think we were talking about the last time we went was when we went to go see Dear Evan Hansen, and that was for my 22nd birthday, I believe. So it was around 5 years ago. So long time ago. So yeah, it was very overdue, but I'm very happy we went, and it was a lot of fun. The four of us. I sobbed my eyes out for the first, basically all of the show. It was just beautiful, and yeah, I loved it so much. It was such a fun time. Okay, getting into the lows of the month. So like I said, I'm going to touch on these, but I really want to just focus on like how we're getting out of them, how we're moving forward, you know what I mean? So okay, one of the lows this month, and it's not a low to be in your feels, but I was like just especially in my feels this month. And I guess it comes with like the seasonal depression situation. But I was just like really, really down in the dumps for like the first half of the month. And like, I'm not saying this to get anybody to comment and be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm just sharing with you guys, but I've been really feeling down in the dumps at the beginning of this month, just about like where I sit in the like content realm. For example, like sometimes I really don't care. Like sometimes I'm just like, I'm just posting everything because I have so much fun filming and editing. It's like such a fun hobby for me. It's literally the hobby that I spend the most time doing. It is so much fun for me. I love doing it. I love posting. I love editing. It's such a creative outlet for me. But every once in a while, this little like thing on my shoulder gets in my head and it just says like, why do people care? Why would anybody care? Why would you post this? This is so silly. Nobody cares. And it's just one of those things that you just want to like, pink, like get off my back, get out of my head. Like, I know it doesn't matter, but sometimes you just feel a little bit like, dang, like why do people care? Do people even care? I feel like nobody really cares actually. And then you just kind of spiral. So I was in my feels a lot, but something that really helped me was journaling. For one, I spent like a good couple hours literally just like spilling my guts in my journal. Like it was literally just like, I was just like writing. So that really helped me. And honestly, like listening to songs that really just like resonated with me at the time of. So like Nothing New by Taylor Swift, that one, gosh, I was in the trenches with that one, let me tell you. That one, Castles Crumbling by Taylor Swift as well. Yeah, those were probably the two main ones that were like just on repeat in the head, but it was okay. It was good. I made it through. I've gotten over it. I'm sure it'll come back at some point. Like it literally, I go through this little phase like a few times a year, always. Like it's bound to happen. It just depends. Sometimes it hits a little harder than others, and this month it was pretty hard. And then yeah, just the other like low of the month really was just the doom and gloom of the year. It's like we have had such cold, miserable, just like not fun weather. We've just been like every single day it feels like I'm looking out the window right now and it's literally snowing. It's like it has not stopped snowing for the last like what day is it today? The 24th. It's literally not stopped snowing for the past probably 20 days. So it's been a challenge, and it's really just like the days where it's like the sky is gray. You literally don't see any blue sky. You don't see sun. It's just, yeah, it's just not fun. So that is one of the things that's really been a low for me for this month, but that is just normal. It's like, for me, it's like one of the normal things. Like I just go through this every year. It's like between January and March. It's just, it is what it is. And the thing that helps me get through it, vitamin D, baby. It's like the best thing you can do. But yeah, vitamin D supplements. And then also just like doing my hobbies and like just trying to preoccupy myself, doing fun things. Austin and I went like to the golf simulator the one day. That actually should have been a highlight that I put in, but I didn't. Anyways, we did like fun stuff like that, moving my body. I'm trying to get back into like doing a consistent workout routine. So I've been like, you know, moving my body, getting the endorphins going, stuff like that. So yeah, that's like the best way I've been trying to get at that. So those are my highs and lows of the month. And now let's jump into favorites. I feel like majority of this video is literally going to be focused on this portion of favorites because I wanted to put it at the beginning. Normally when I do these, I do my creator favorites at the very end of the video, but I feel like you guys, for one, two different things. You guys, the creators, deserve the spotlight at the beginning of the video, and you guys, the viewers, deserve to see who you need to be watching. So I really wanted to do a wrap up of basically everybody that I watch consistently throughout the year. So normally in the monthly recaps, I'll probably just highlight like one or two people that I kind of just like gravitate towards in the month. But this time I really wanted to just like highlight everybody that I watch all the time. Like these are the people that the second they upload, it's like I have notifications on, I get a notification, I'm clicking on the video and watching it. Like it's like rinse and repeat. Like there is not a single video I don't think that any one of these creators has uploaded that I have not watched. So these are my core, you know? So anyways, we're going to dive in. This is in no particular order, obviously. I am just sharing all my favorites. Really, I just like went through my list of like my subscriptions and like who was at the top, and I basically just like wrote every name down. So anyways, going to jump in. So a lot of these people I'm sure you guys are aware of and know, but if you aren't aware of and you don't follow any of these people, highly, highly recommend. I'll have all their information down below where you can go check them out. So first up, we have Katie Brown. Katie has been somebody that I've watched for the last like year and a half, maybe 2 years, but also maybe not that long. But yeah, I love her content. She is just like Disney girly through and through. She goes on a few vacations a year. She normally goes with like her mom and her sister, and it is just like pure Disney girl family happy time, and it's just like so cute and sweet. I love her vibe. She's a Taylor Swift girl as well, and I just feel like me and her are like so similar when I watch her videos. I just feel like I can resonate with her and I relate to her, and I just feel like her content is just so genuine and fun, and I just love her vibe. I love everything about her. She's such a kind person. Yeah, just love it. Love her, love her, love her, love her. Next up, I have Mackenzie Borg. Another one of the Disney girlies. I love Mackenzie so much. I think she is such a genuine person. You can really tell. A lot of these, I haven't talked to all of these creators like actually online, like, you know, talking or like talking in person. Most of them though, I have. Mackenzie is somebody who I feel like I know. We've talked many times online. I feel like I can really like sense her personality and how she is as a person through her vlogs, through her videos, and through just how she messages online. And she is just such a kind person. And the biggest thing that I get when I watch her videos is I can just tell that her vlogs are so incredibly genuine. And like when they're at Disney World, it's like you can tell that they're doing things with their family because they're having fun and they want to do them. And it's not like oh, we wanted to like set this up for the vlog, or we wanted to try this for the vlog. It's like you can just tell that she's just like there and genuine. And I don't know, like that's just like the biggest thing that pops out for me is with Mackenzie is just like how genuine she is. And I just adore her. Love her. Love her, love her, love her. Everybody I love. Obviously, I'm going to say this out for everybody, but love her. Next up, I have Lydia, my sweet Lydia. I feel like I could just cry talking about Lydia. Lydia frick girl, I can never say your name. Kourmoulis? Kourmoulis? Oh my gosh. I always just say Lydia. I just say Lydia. Lydia. I adore Lydia. Lydia is just the truest, like the way that I don't even know how to describe it. You can just tell, again, I'm just going to repeat my same thing with everybody. You can tell what my vibe is online of who I like to watch. You can tell Lydia just uploads because she loves what she's posting and she has fun posting it. It's like she's obviously a Disney girly as well. Lydia's like me, where she only goes to Disney like maybe once or twice a year. So it's a little bit less time. So she uploads a lot more like home and lifestyle kind of content, just regular, everyday, average lifestyle content, which I love to watch. If I like the person that I'm watching, I will literally watch anything. Like I will watch you paint a wall, you know. It's like just as long as I like the person, I'm infatuated by what they're posting, and Lydia is that for me. I love every single video she posts. I'm like literally sat with my popcorn every single time, and I just love it. Lydia is just such a genuine, kind soul. She's actually somebody that I've talked to a lot more the last year and the last 6 months actually even. But like, I'm just like, you can just tell her heart through and through in her videos. She is so authentic and kind and sweet. And she just recently, her husband got her the camera I use, the DJI Pocket 3. Her husband got it for her for Christmas, and she's been vlogging on that. And I'm just like, with the quality plus like her as a person quality together, it's just like, why wouldn't anybody want to watch Lydia? So that's how I feel about Lydia. Love her. We have Erin Davila. I'm pretty sure I'm saying Erin's last name right. Erin is somebody who I feel like I kind of knew of her on Instagram first, because there's always like those girls that you kind of see all the time when you're scrolling and you're like, oh, whatever. And I feel like I don't connect with people as much on Instagram because I feel like I don't know them as well. I don't know them as well. But then as soon as I find out that they have like a TikTok or a YouTube, instantly I'm just like infatuated, and I feel like I can know them right away. So I feel like I've known about Erin for a while, but then like just in the last, again, probably like 6-ish months, I've really been like diving into her on YouTube and like talking to her online. And I just like, she's such a kind soul. And Erin is a Florida girl. She lives in the Florida area. She lives close to Disney World, and she goes all the time as like a local. And it's just so fun to watch her content, where it's like she films her everyday life, but then she kind of like sprinkles in how she incorporates Disney into her like day to day, you know what I mean? And I just love it. I love it so much. And you know what? A lot of the time I don't actually like watching creators who live at or like live by or live at the parks, because sometimes I get really jealous and I'm just like, I just wish I could live there. But Erin is like, I'm just like, I never get jealous watching her. I'm just like, I say like, oh, I'm jealous that you get to go, but I'm never like, I'm never actually jealous. Like, I'm just like, oh, she deserves this. She deserves to be here. I love her. She deserves to be here. I love her. I love her, love her, love her, love her content. I also have to just give her a little bit of a shout out, because this is the type of person that Erin is, okay? And this is like, I already kind of knew this, but like this really solidified this for me. At the beginning of this month, middle of this month, Taylor Swift surprise dropped a new vinyl, the Lover vinyl, live from Paris, the heart-shaped vinyl. Anyways, this is like a coveted vinyl in the Swiftie community, okay? This was dropped on Erin's birthday. It was Erin's birthday. And she went out of her way to message me on Instagram and said, "Did you get this? Do you want me to get this for you? I will get this for you." On her birthday, she was thinking of me to get me a vinyl so that she could, like, get it to me. Like, on her birthday. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I was like, that is just such a kind thing to do. And, like, that just, like, shows her soul and her heart. And, yeah, I just love Erin. I love all these girls. I'm just, like, mushy gushy. I'm like, I just love everybody. Next up, we have our besties, Sunny times 2. It's always sunny. These are Brandon and Heidi. These are truly our best friends. We met them through pin trading in a Facebook group. And then we found out that they had a YouTube channel because Heidi had messaged us and said, "We have a YouTube channel and we opened the pin mail that you sent us." This was literally 5 years ago. "We opened the pin mail that you sent us," and I said, "Oh my gosh, I have a video too," and I did the same thing. So we sent each other our videos and we just started talking, and the rest is history, and we've been best friends ever since. And I just love them to pieces, and I really can't talk about them too much because I will sob. But they truly, here we go. They truly are like the people that are my people, and I am 120% myself when I'm with them, around them, talking to them. They are truly just like the nicest people in the world. I love them with my whole heart. They deserve every good thing to ever happen to them, ever. And yeah, I just love them. Love them, love them. Love them so much. Love you guys. Look, you got me emotional. Okay, here's another one that's gonna get me emotional. My next girly is Brianna Woodbine. I love that you have a new last name that's easier for me to pronounce because every time I say Tata, I feel like I'm not saying it right. But Brianna Woodbine, the lovely new Mrs. Brianna Woodbine, she just got married to her lovely husband, Corey, in September. And Brianna is just, I mean, everybody knows Brianna, I feel like. Everybody just loves Brianna. She has the best Disney vlogs. They are constantly going to Disney World. They have, like, just such fun, wholesome, like, entertaining, but also informational, but also just, like, home movie vlogs. And I just love it. And Brianna is just, like, genuinely one of my best friends ever. She is just, like, somebody who gets me in so many different ways, and like, gosh, even like yesterday we were on FaceTime together and we were both like kind of talking about something, and I was like, this is a little bit personal for me to talk about, but blah blah blah, and she said, "You know what, I also feel this way, blah blah blah," and I was like, wow, how in sync are we that we feel the same way about these like random little things. And yeah, so anyways, I just love Brianna. I love her content. She is just like an at-home girly. She like shows her life at home, but then she also shows her life when she goes to the Disney parks. And yeah, love her. God love her. Okay, next up I have Madison Pracht. I'm pretty sure I'm saying your last name right. So Madison, I just, again, recently, I feel like in the last like 6-ish months, have gotten into watching her on YouTube, and I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her vibe. She just gives, and you know what it is? She gives that like true Gen Z, where it's like she just has fun, quick wit, fun energy. Her editing is so fun. I love watching her and her husband go to Disney World. Her videos are so just like similar in the sense where it's like, it's just very much like she's just filming what they're doing, and that is just like how I feel like I like to film my Disney vlogs, so that's why I like watching hers. She's gone to Disney a lot in the last year too, and it's been so fun to watch. I want to say like she is the one person who simultaneously made me not want to go on a Disney cruise because of how sick she was feeling, but then also made me really want to go on a Disney cruise because of how much fun they were having. I'm like just obsessed. That was like their last trip, was they were on a Disney cruise, so that was just like so much fun. And yeah, I really haven't talked to Madison a whole lot online, but again, you can just tell somebody's like personality behind the screen, and I just love her. Love watching her videos. I love her, like, her quick wit and quick editing. Like, I don't know why, but like the editing is so fun, and she really reminds me of Caitlin. I think that's another reason. Next up, this is one of like the bigger, I feel like, more popular, to me she feels more popular YouTubers. I don't think I've ever actually spoken to her online or anything, but it is Pixie Dusted Phoebe. She is somebody who I came across, I think I came across her like because I was just like getting ready for our September trip, and I was just like kind of wanting to watch informational videos, and I found her and I was like, oh, fun. Normally it's like these like guys that are always going to the parks giving information, and I just like saw like this cute girl, girly vibes. I was like, okay, I want to watch a cute girl, girly vibes that's going to give me information. So yeah, anyways, I love her videos. She is like very high quality, high production value. I think all of her videos are so informative and good. And normally I don't like watching the like informative videos for Disney. I'm more of like, I just like to watch people go to the parks and have fun. But she genuinely is just like she's just like gives great information, but you can tell she's also having a lot of fun. So love that. Love her videos. If you haven't watched her before, highly recommend. Next up, this is a girl that I just like, I feel like in the last like 2-ish months I've come across, maybe even 2 months. But I went back and I watched a lot of videos. And it's Gracie Cibran. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. Probably not. But Casey is somebody who, she lives in New York City, and she like does a lot of like New York City vlogs. But the reason I like was like discovered her was because she also does like the casual kind of Disney vlog here and there when her and her now fiance go to Disney World. So I watched a lot of those videos, and then I watched a lot of her New York City videos, and it was just so fun. Her production value, speaking of production value, her production value is so good, and I think it's because that's what she like actually does for her like real job, like not on social media, like in like corporate America. She is doing something along those realms. I'm pretty sure. I could be off. But the quality of her videos are insane. They are so good, so entertaining, so good to watch. I love the way she speaks. She makes me wish I spoke better online, and I'm just very intrigued by how she is just so well spoken. See, I like sound stupid when I'm talking, but like the way she talks, she's so eloquent in the way she speaks. So love that. Next up, I have my Gracie girl. So I always say my Gracie girl. Oh, my Gracie girl. Gracie Childs. So Gracie has had a YouTube channel for a really long time, and she has recently, I think in the last couple years, she has not uploaded anything on YouTube. But literally this month, she has restarted her YouTube channel, and I am just so happy for it. So I am putting her on my list here because I'm manifesting her to keep up with the posts. But she in the last like few months has been really like consistently uploading on TikTok. So she is like the one person where I will go on not in the last month, but the last, you know, in like December, November, October. She is somebody who I would go onto TikTok and literally just open up her page so that I could watch everything that she was posting, because it felt like a vlog to me. But Gracie is just literally one of the sweetest, kindest, cutest human beings ever. She's worked a couple times at Disney World for doing the DCP, and that's kind of how I like found her, was through like her Disney content. But recently she's moved home. She is just like putting up just like the most fun home content, and I love watching her. And she truly is just somebody who is so near and dear to my heart. I love her. Her personality is just like above and beyond. She's so fun, so funny. Everything she posts, I'm just like infatuated with, and I just love her. And the last on my list, last but not least, is Olivia Johnson. And she is somebody who I, again, have just recently come across, I feel like in the last like few months. But she is a newer Disney girly. Not due to Disney, I'm assuming, but she's newer on a YouTube journey. And she and her husband have been going to Disney World, and they've been vlogging, and it's been so much fun to watch her. And I love watching her and her husband go. It's, again, very home movie, very just like fun vibes. She also is somebody who is very well spoken, and I feel like when she speaks, I'm just like, gosh, how am I so just like mumble jumble when some people just feel so eloquent in the way that they speak. But Olivia is somebody who I haven't I really haven't gotten to get to know her at all, really. But I've really been enjoying watching all her videos. I've like gone back and watched all the old vlogs. And yeah, somebody that I really have been enjoying, and I'm going to be enjoying in the new year, because I feel like maybe, I don't know, but hopefully she's going on a trip soon so that she can upload some more new videos, because I want to watch. Okay, I told you that was going to be the bulk of the video, but I needed to highlight all of my favorite people. And if I forgot anybody, please, I am so sorry. I tried my best to get everybody in, but if I've forgotten somebody, don't worry. I will feel literally sick inside if I forgot to mention you. So jumping in, we're going to run through the favorites very quick and snappy, because I don't want this video to be like super, super long, but I still do want to highlight some of my fun stuff. We have food favorites. I have 2 food favorites. These are like my hyperfixations, and normally I don't really get food hyperfixations because I get bored of food pretty easily, but these have been the hyperfixations, and it's been good. So first up, RX bars. These, I've been trying to find like a good protein bar to have, and I've tried these before in the past and I hated them. However, I was also very much into highly processed sugars. These are very good for you. They're very just like, I mean, right on the package, it says exactly what's in the bar, no bullshit, and yeah, they're good. I've gotten more acquired to a not super sweet tasting like protein bar, so these have been my go-to. Right now I'm having the chocolate sea salt. These ones aren't my favorite. My favorite ones I think were the chocolate peanut butter ones, but these ones are good. They're not my favorite, but the brand and the bars as a whole, very yummy. Second food favorite I don't have with me because it is like a little item that I have to make, but it's these little date bars, and I'm not really calling them bars. I'm going to call them more of like date bites. These are the thing that I've been having when I'm like, I need something sweet after dinner. This has been my go-to. Basically all it is a date. You cut it in half, take out the pit. You put peanut butter, an almond, and then you melt some chocolate, and then you drizzle dark chocolate on top, put them in the freezer, and then you have them. It literally tastes like the consistency. It tastes like you're eating a caramel chocolate with an almond in it and peanut butter. It's literally so good. And it's like, I have one and it's exactly what I need, satisfies my cravings. It's so good. I feel like in a vlog, maybe I'll show how I make them, like when I go to like remake them, because I still have a few in the freezer. But I will eventually show how to make them, but they literally are just like so easy. Just do exactly what I just said and like you'll be fine. But yeah, very good. Moving into products. So let me be real. I am not somebody who tries new products all the time. I try my best to just like use what I have. And also like, I don't wear makeup every day. I don't wear it even really most weekends. Like it's very much like, I'm not really a product person. I more am like a products of things that I use every day. So like, you know what I mean? Like those are the things that I experiment with more. Anyways, first up we have native deodorant. Okay, listen to me. This month I was reminded of how good this deodorant truly is. If you are looking for a natural deodorant and you are a stanky gal, Native works, okay? You have to, if you've never used a natural deodorant before and you've only ever used ones that have like the harsh chemicals in them, and you're switching to a natural deodorant, it will take a while for this to actually work. You feel like you will stink for a while, okay? It's just your body cleansing, okay? It's normal. After like a month, this is all you need. I normally do have to reapply this, I will say. However, it does work. So I love it. Right now I'm using the aloe and green tea. Normally I like to use I think it's like vanilla coconut, I think is the one I normally use. It's the brown one. But yeah, love this. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is because for Christmas, I had said for my stocking, I was like, oh, you can just throw whatever type of natural deodorant in. I don't mind trying like a new one. Austin's mom got me a different brand and I tried it and I was like, nope, this does not work. It does not work the same way that my native deodorant does. So this is my favorite. It's a little bit more pricey, but it is worth it. Next up, I have a mouthwash. Now, this has been the mouthwash that has been all over the internet, all over TikTok, and I was very skeptical. I was like, is this going to be just like a trendy product? And since I am in the dental profession, I was very skeptical and I wanted to make sure that before I used it, before that I like talked about it, it was something that actually is good. And I like it. I love it. This is TheraBreath. They have a bunch of different types of mouth rinses. I like the anti-cavity one, mostly because I like the flavor of this one a bit better. I've tried the one that Austin has. I forget which one it is. It's the green bottle. I don't love that one as much. This one I actually do like the flavor of it. It's the sparkle mint. But this one also is anti-cavity, so it helps with strengthening your teeth and enamel. I have really sensitive teeth, and I hate to say it, but I get cavities, so this is one I pick. But yeah, I'm very happy with this one. It's good. I will say, just as like a general thing to say, I wouldn't recommend using a mouth rinse every single day. Sometimes it can be a little bit too harsh, especially if it is antibacterial. This one is not an antibacterial, which is good, so I don't mind using this one often. I still don't use it every day. But yeah, anyways, this is really good. Okay, random favorites. We have my Pinfolio. So this is one of the Christmas gifts that Austin got me this year. And this is the Pinfolio Show. So this is the one where you have the clear in the front so you can see some of the pins. And then also on the inside is where you have more of your trader pins. Honestly, I have not used this anywhere, but after putting all my pins away and being able to look at my pins and imagining myself bringing this into the parks and bringing this to Disney World with me, I can imagine it's going to be a favorite for me. So I figured I would mention it. I also talked about it in one of my vlogs recently. So I'm like, realistically, like I've played around with it. I know it's a favorite. But yeah, I just love the size. I love the compactness of it. I love the color. So cutie, so fun. But yeah, Pinfolio. Love. Other random favorite. So this is a great game that Austin got for his, I was going to say birthday, for Christmas, from his mom, and it's called Cascadia. And this is a board game where I feel like it's very similar, maybe in concept, to like Catan in that sense. However, you can play with only 2 people, and it actually is fun for only 2 people. And every time you play it, it's like a different game. So it's very fun. I'm not going to like explain the game, but very fun game. I highly recommend if you're looking for more board games to play with, like maybe you and your significant other, or maybe you have like roommates and there's like 4 or 5 of you guys, like, I don't know, but I feel like this is a good game and it's very fun. It's easy to learn and quick to learn. So yeah, really fun. Okay, next up, I'm going to quickly talk about, so somebody on my Instagram had messaged me because I had mentioned that I was going to do the recap videos, and I said, what were like other things that you'd be interested in seeing? And somebody mentioned, what if you did a little moment where you talked about some of your favorite journal spreads from the month? And I was like, I love that idea, because to be honest, I don't want to share every spread with you guys because, again, when I journal, like it most of the time is very personal and it's just like a way for me to express my feelings. And I already put so much of my life online. I'm like, I don't need to express every single little deep, dark detail. But I'm like, you know what? I can share the fun ones. I can share some of the fun stuff that I did. So I figure I'll show you guys some of my fun journal spreads. So first of all, I love the front cover. I love the orange. I did send this one to Austin on Amazon. I was like, can you get me this one as my new journal for the year? So I do like the orange. It's very fun. But here are all my stickers. And I probably will end up posting like a few more on here. And again, also on the back, I have one sticker, but I'll probably fill it up. But I do like to leave it a little bit blank for some of the year because I like to collect stickers as the year goes and then put them on the journal. Okay, so here are some of my favorite spreads. So first up, I love my intro page. Normally my intro pages are so blank and bland, but this one is so much fun. This one I actually made this like quilt work thing. So basically all my little squares were just squares and I ended up making the little quilt, which is so cute. And then I used some stickers from my friend Anita, and then I ended up putting in a picture of myself on the day that I started this journal. I saw that online that people did where they would put like a picture at the front of when they started it and then at the back when they finished it, or just at the front. And I thought that was a fun thing to do so that like when I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I looked like at that time of my life. Okay, another favorite spread was my vision board. So for this year, I did a digital and a physical vision board. I used all the same pictures. I just kind of like arranged it differently. But here is my vision board. And again, it's very similar to the one I already shared on my yearly like reset or whatever. But yeah, very cute, very fun. This is one of like the true junk journal pages or spreads that I did, but this is from our New Year's Eve with Brandon and Heidi. So I cut out like the glasses that we had. We played one of those escape room board games. I cut out like the wine label or the champagne label that we popped. And then I think I printed out, where is it? Oh yeah, a picture of me and Heidi, a picture of the table, you know, fun stuff like that. I do like the look of this page. I'm just going to try and like, you know, cover a little bit of it, but all the writing is gone. But this is just kind of like a welcome to my journal, my, you know, prompts, what I want to talk about in this journal. Very, very brief, but I liked kind of the look of this spread. And then I also did my top 10 books of 2024, which I loved. Oh, this was another one of my favorites. This one I saw online. I had the idea to do it online, but it's loot I would drop if I was killed in a video game. And when I did this, I was like very much into like my more action-packed video games. So I thought this was so fun. So I did all the little like funny things that I would loot I would drop. And I ended up having to cover this one with, what's this called? Duct tape, because I was trying out a new glue and it literally never dried. So I had to just like cover it with, or not duct tape, packing tape. Oh, this is a really fun one. So this one I think I showed this one in a vlog actually, but basically I did like just a picture montage, collage, a picture collage, and I said daydreaming because I'm always daydreaming about staying at Disney. But I ended up ranking all of the DVC resorts and like the order of which that I would like to stay at them. So I thought that was a fun little thing to do. The Grand Floridian has always been at the top of my list, so I figured that would be the one I would collage. But yeah, super cute. But yeah, those are probably my favorite journal spreads from the month. So I hope that gives you a little bit of inspiration for things that you could do with your journal. But yeah, fun. Okay, next up I have the books that I read. So I ended up reading 3 books this month, which is very good for me because I was in a reading slump for probably the last 6 months of last year. So yeah, first up I listened to on audio Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, I believe. This one was a very interesting lit fic. Kind of was like lit fic turned mystery almost. I don't know. It was a little bit weird at the end. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was like captivating and I found myself like really wanting to keep listening. But there was just like a couple moments where I was like, this starts to feel unrealistic. And then I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel. So I think I ended up still giving it like 4 stars, I believe. But yeah, it was good. I would still recommend it, but there was a couple moments where I was like, weird. Next up, we had An Honest Lie by Tarryn Fisher. This is the second book that I've read by Tarryn Fisher, and I really liked this one. This one was really like up my alley. I really like listening and like reading books about like cults. I don't know. It's just like a weird thing that I like to like listen to or read about. It's obviously like, it's not a real book by any means. It's fiction. But yeah, it was good. It was interesting. It was suspenseful. It kind of did what it was supposed to do. It was entertaining. So yeah. The ending I was like kind of not disappointed by, but I was kind of just like, there was parts where I was like, this feels like it kind of just like pieces it together a little bit too abruptly, but overall it was okay. And the last one that I finished is The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery by Gabrielle Zevin. This was the book club book for the month, and this one was so sweet. I was really hoping to link this book, but I wasn't really sure if I would. But I genuinely fell in love with this book. I fell in love with the characters. I fell in love with like the scenery. You could just, it felt like I was watching a movie. As I was reading it, it felt like I was watching a movie. And there is no better feeling when a book feels like that. And I just loved it. And it was so much fun. And I just like thoroughly enjoyed this book. But yeah, those are the 3 books that I read. Nothing crazy. Again, I'm really bad at like doing like a overview of what the books are about. I would highly recommend, if any of like the titles speak to you, to go like listen or like look up what they look like, or oh my god, to go look up what they're about, like on Fable or Goodreads or anything like that. But yeah, I just basically share how I feel about them. Okay, last portion. We're gonna do a quick Q&A, and I honestly think I'm only gonna answer maybe 1, maybe 2 questions because this video is already so long. So, okay, would you ever have a guest on the podcast? This is fun. So, I mean, most people, I feel like if you're watching YouTube, you know that we have a podcast because I upload the video version on here. But we do have a podcast. It's a Disney podcast. We upload every other week. And I feel like I would have a guest on the podcast. It would just have to be like the right kind of guest. Like I would never, I feel like, have somebody on who like we didn't really like know personally or like, you know, online. It would just be, because then it would just be like, I don't know. I feel like it would just have to be somebody that I would like know and already feel comfortable with, because it would just be more of like a fun conversation with somebody. Like I would love to have on like, oh my gosh, like I'm literally just throwing this out there. I haven't talked to her about this at all, but I like to like bring Gracie on and like talk about her experience of doing DCP, or like have Brianna and Corey on or something. Like that could be fun. I just don't know the logistics of actually having a guest, but I would never be closed to doing that. Oh, this is a good one to answer actually, because this is the first month that we have this, and it says, what would you tell January 2024 Caitlin? I feel like so much changes in a year. I would tell January 2024 Caitlin to relax. Everything plays out the way it needs to plays out. Relax. I would tell myself to spend more time doing what you actually like to do and less doom scrolling, which obviously that's what I'm working on now. But I would say I wish I would have done it a year ago so that I could already be ahead for now. But I would say that. And I would say you're getting a cat, another cat. That's a crazy thing to tell January 2024 Caitlin, because we had just got our first cat and now we already have a second cat. And yeah. Oh, I would say to stop stressing about your trip with Caitlin and Austin, because of course it's going to go great, because it did and it was so much fun. But yeah, that would be what I would say. I don't know. I feel like that's not really that deep, but those are just the things I could think of. But yes, anyways, that is going to do it for this month's monthly recap. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's like a fun little like recap of the whole month and a good way for us to just like sit here, chit chat, have fun. But yeah, let me know if you liked this. Let me know some of the things you want to share with me that happened to you this month, maybe some highs or lows of the month. Share your favorite creators. Share some of your favorite just things, books you read, whatever you want to share with me. Share them down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!